this stream is supposed to be extra time. Extra what? Okay, testing. Hello. Hi, I'm back. This is probably going to be a reoccurring situation here. If you haven't already realized, I've never actually streamed on time. I realize that is a problem, most definitely. But I am here, late as hell, and it's almost like 4 a.m. Central where I'm at. So this is why I do streams near the weekend. But welcome back. It is me again, and I'm here for this week's debrief. Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of fun to debrief when my life gets kind of busy, or when I literally have so much to talk about and I feel like a video can't suffice, so I do these streams to like kind of get it all out. Granted, I do them very haphazardly, so they happen literally whenever I actually stream. You know, they're supposed to be at 9, but I'll tell you why I couldn't do it at 9 and why I just didn't feel like moving it, because I'm lazy. But first thing we're going to do, we're drawing these shoes. They're ballerina shoes, so I'm trying to draw them. I'm trying to make sure I get the sketching correctly, because I think that the sketch of what I have is like the basis. I'm not an artist, so obviously it looks like shit, but I will be trying my best to put some more detail in it as I go along. So thank you for being here, and let's get to my week. So as some of you guys might know, or maybe none of y'all know, who knows, I started a new job like a week ago, like literally last Monday. And I'm a store manager in training, meaning that I work at different departments just to get a feel of what the job is supposed to be doing and everything. And it's been like my second full week of work, and I want to tell you right now, spoiler alert, I want to quit so bad. And I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you why I'm saying this and not just feeling like, oh, I want to quit because it's not the right fit. Like, yeah, sure. I mean, obviously being the store manager is not a thing I want to do, but that's not the reason why I'm quitting. It's definitely a bit more, I wouldn't say, like, it's obviously more serious, but I feel like it's not as serious as like a disrespecting boss or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not being harassed at my job, and that's the reason why I'm like, no, fuck this, I'm leaving. No. It's not as serious as that, but I definitely feel like with the way the job is, I don't want to work here and then be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna come here, feel stressed, and then leave, and then go back the next day, feel stressed, you know? So basically, I worked at this store, and it's full time, so I work like 8 full hours. So I commute 1 hour there and back. Not what I would have chosen, but whatever, right? I already tried to change it. They already said no. Kind of crazy, in my opinion. The store is everywhere. But I go there, I do different departments, I figure out what they want me to do, and I do it. It's honestly not hard. Like, after a day or two of me actually doing a department, I'm actually pretty good to do it for the rest of the day. The hardest part is me just like doing it, because you're walking all day and my feet hurt. So by the time I get home, my feet are hurting, and I don't have enough time to recover before I go back the next day and working on 8 hours. So that is the worst part, honestly. The work itself is really easy. It's just the actual like pain in my foot, which I feel like is not great. I know people work in fast food and they done like part-time. But when I used to work at Wendy's in college, it was like 8 hours for a day, but you had like several days off. And I'm like, that works a lot better for me. You know, I don't like Wendy's. So my Wendy's was ghetto, but it was also just like you had me closing shift, and I would just be like, no. Like, that shit was painful. And I lived next to the Wendy's, so like, you know, I also got a new job after a month, so I was very happy to. Also, a lot of people were quitting my Wendy's, so that did not make me feel confident in this job. But anyway, so the store is like doing all that, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And last week I didn't have my schedule for the new week, right? So I just assumed I'll be Monday to Friday until I get my schedule. Because one of the biggest things that I was dealing with at the new job was that no one really knew how to train me. Like, obviously, you're supposed to put me in different departments so I can, like, learn different things that they're doing, because you're going to be a store manager, so you're taking over the entire store. Great, perfect, whatever. But somehow they didn't know what that meant. They didn't know which department to send me to first. I don't know why, but they didn't. So I went to e-commerce, and I went to inventory first, which is, like, not the hardest, but definitely, like, a bit more moving around and everything else. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I mean, I get it, right? I'm new, so I don't expect to like hit the ground running. I mean, you should, but whatever, right? Whatever. It's a store, so I'm not gonna expect a store to have like super duper corporate rules, whatever, because not there right now. So I just be like, okay, well, you put me in something, right? So I'm okay with that. And also, like, the biggest thing that they kept talking about was like your schedule is going to change with this, like, whatever department you're in. So if you're in like deli, if you're in like produce section, I don't know, and you work with a manager, you're working with their schedule because they're supposed to train you. Granted, how long do you need to train me for? That I need to follow your schedule for, because it's a store. It's not like I'm learning to do like a software update. But anyway, they don't tell me what store manager I'm with because they don't know. And I'm like, okay, well, when they tell me, they'll let me know, because I have no way to find out on my own. And I keep asking people, like, what's my schedule? And they're like, oh, we'll tell you on Monday, this Monday. And I was like, okay, whatever. So then I go home, new week start, right? I'm coming in 9 to 5 until told otherwise, because I literally just don't. I'm being told my schedule is not going to be 9 to 5. It's still 40 hours, but it's not 9 to 5. And I'm like, okay, you guys are telling me weird stuff, because my offer letter says 9 to 5. It says some weekends, some holidays. But then you guys are telling me like 9 to 5 is probably not 9 to 5. Sorry, 8 Monday through Friday. That's what my offer letter says. But now they're saying, oh, it might not even be that. And I'm like, okay, well, you can't say that without giving me like more information. But anyway, this week starts, right? And I'm still working at e-commerce because they don't know where to put me still. And I'm asking like the people there, because they're like the store managers that I'm working with, like, hey, how do I know my schedule? Like, I don't know. Like, it's my second week here. I was told I'll get a schedule before the Friday to the following week. So like, if today's Friday, so if I was to ask, if I called the store and someone answered, right, and I should be able to be like, hey, what is my like schedule, and they'll be able to like print it out, whatever the heck they do, and tell me. Now granted, they're supposed to tell you prior to you working there next week, but like for some odd reason, I don't know what it is, but you have to call in order to get your schedule. I did not know this. Like, I really don't know why they do this. You have to call them to know your schedule. Granted, if you're a full-timer like me, that's like the worst idea, because you need to know your entire week, not just like, the day that they want to. Like, it's just so dumb. In my opinion, you should like legit be telling your employees, like, printing that shit out, or like showing them how to find it. Because I had no idea how to find it. I've asked people like, hey, what is my schedule for the next week? And they just tell me like the most like basic thing. You're following your store manager's schedule. And I'm like, okay, who's the store manager? We don't know yet. It's like, okay, so that's the problem, right? I don't know whose schedule to follow, because there is like, I don't know what manager. But I was fine with it, because I was like, whatever, I'll keep coming in Monday to Friday. So then the following week, which is this week, I'm at e-commerce. I'm telling them the same thing. I don't know my schedule. People keep saying schedule. I'm like, I don't know why I have to like harp about it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm harping about it. I'm harping about my schedule, because I'm like, where is this schedule? And they're like, oh, we'll help you find it. We'll help you like print it out. And I was like, oh, perfect. Someone knows what the heck they're doing around this place. Because, at some point you start feeling frustrated, because it's like, okay, I'm not saying I'm like a stickler in the mud about my schedule, but if you're telling me my schedule will change weekly and I don't know about it, that's gonna piss me off, because it's not like I'm not saying it, especially if it's about me like having hours later or earlier, because I'm currently working 9 to 5. So if it was like a lot later in the day or a lot earlier in the day or even on the weekend, I would love to know prior to me working it. You know what I'm saying? And so essentially, they were like telling me they're gonna help me, and then they were telling me to come on Wednesday because they're not gonna be here on Tuesday, and they were too busy Monday to show me, typical whatever. And I'm like, okay, whatever, like I'm still with you guys, so I'm not like, obviously if it was that big of importance I would actually know, right? Whatever, because you would think if I really had to know about their schedule, they will tell me, because people will be like, oh, you're not supposed to be working these hours, da, da, da. But I'm already asking people about my schedule, so I assume like, oh, obviously people care. I asked different managers, I asked my store director, they all had the same answer of like, if you follow this person, or we don't know the answer, da, da, da. So I'm like, okay, well, if no one knows, then it's not that big of a deal, right? They'll know when they know, and they'll tell me because I'm asking. So it's not like they should be letting me, be scheduled for something I don't know about. And so Tuesday comes around, and now I'm working like front desk and cashiering. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And the store manager is supposed to be there. She's like off, whatever. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just do what I need to do. And then tomorrow, which is Wednesday, I'll be like getting my schedule and all that jazz. And I'm like, okay, great. This will be perfect. No problems about it. And it's fine. Like cashiering is actually like so much easier than e-commerce, but like, of course, right? And I'm just like, okay, this isn't bad at all. Like, this is pretty lenient. 8 hours for this. It's not bad at all. So I'm having like, it's fine. I'm not having a great time, but I'll get into that later. But like, for the most part, it was fine. And then Wednesday comes around, which is like 2 days ago. And I was like, okay, well, the store manager is here. And I walk in a little later because we had a snowstorm. So I was like legit there like by 30 minutes late because of how bad the weather was. And then my store manager, she's back, right? So she looks at me and she's like, oh, you're not supposed to be until like 11 o'clock. And I just looked back at her because I couldn't comprehend what she meant. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't think so. And she's like, oh no, you weren't supposed to be here till 11 o'clock. And I kind of look at her like, what the heck are you talking about? Like, I did not, like, how are you going to say that to me and I don't know what you're talking about? And so she finally be like, oh, your schedule, I made it. Like, I guess she made it like on Sunday, whatever. And so she gets the schedule, and then she looks at it and she prints it out. She gives it to me, and I'm looking at this weird ass schedule, and I wish I can show you guys, but I honestly don't know where I kept it. It's like somewhere on my table that's like a total mess at the moment, but it's like horrendous looking, right? Mind you, 40 hours still, but oh my gosh, I looked at this, and mind you, it's Wednesday when she's telling me this. This schedule is for this week. It is for the remaining of this week. Not next week like I'm told I'll be getting. Not like, oh, we'll talk to you about your schedule, make sure it's okay. Because, first time you're getting a schedule and you're told that you're supposed to have it be okay. No, it is for the week that is currently going through at the moment. And I look at this schedule and I'm like, girl, what the heck? It says I'm supposed to be working here from 11 to 7 today. But it also said I was off on Tuesday. And she kind of looks at me like, oh, you were supposed to be off yesterday, which is Tuesday. And I'm like, girl, like, who? Like, no one told me. I was like flabbergasted, but also trying not to like be pissed off, because I feel like it's one of those things where I was like not worried about, but like they wouldn't do this type of thing, right? Like, oh, they wouldn't like schedule me without telling me. They wouldn't just like do all this stuff without telling me, because I'm literally asking. They would have to like let me know, because like, how are you asking this many times in the week and you're getting told, oh, well, we'll let you know. Ask your manager, and your manager don't know. And then suddenly they want to schedule you, and then they look at you weird when you don't follow the schedule. And I'm like, so I get a little pressed, but I try to hold that shit in, because I'm like, it's kind of her fault because she's the one who scheduled me, but I don't know what happened. Like, people just don't get told shit at this store or whatever. But like, she literally was telling me, like, oh, you're supposed to have been off on Tuesday because you're following my schedule and I'm off. And I was like, girl, I didn't even know I was with you until Tuesday. Like, I had no idea I was with you until Tuesday, and you scheduled me to be off on Tuesday? And okay, so I'll tell you a little right now what the schedule said. Okay, this was originally said. So it was like, oh, Sunday you work. The Sunday that literally of last week, right? That Sunday you work. Okay, did not know that was supposed to be happening, right? And then I'm supposed to work that Monday. I did work that Monday, so okay. Not supposed to work that Tuesday. Okay, well, didn't know that. I was supposed to work Wednesday from 11 to 7 p.m. Okay, well, did not know that. I'm supposed to work on Thursday. I don't remember the time, but I think it was like 9 to 5 probably. And then Friday was 11 to 7 again. and then what is it? Saturday, 10 to 6 p.m. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then Sunday, I think same time. And so she's giving me the schedule, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, there's no way. I'm not, like, what the heck? Like, first of all, there's many things wrong with the schedule. For one, I was telling her that I did not get this schedule. That was the biggest thing I had to deal with, was that I did not know I had this schedule because I was not told I had the schedule. And yet I've asked multiple people, store directors, other managers, where is my schedule? How do I get my schedule? Like, all this stuff, right? Because they didn't know where to put me. They didn't know who to send me to. So I just started asking the top dogs, like, where the shit at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I assume you just tell me, or because, like, I'm asking about it, you're just, like, directing me the right way. And so she's just like, oh, well, this has been, like, scheduled out for you since, like, Sunday. But for some reason, they never told you were working Sunday. So I refixed it so that you'd be working Monday. I think originally I had Monday off, but because no one told me I was working last week Sunday, she fixed it to have it be I was working Monday. But I'm just like, it's weird how you just accepted the fact that no one told you I was working that Sunday. But instead of just like being like, I hope that she knows her schedule, you decided, I'll just fix her schedule around so that if it doesn't affect the day that she missed. And I'm over here like, I don't know, in my head, not to be rude, but in my head I was thinking to myself, does she hear herself? Like, does this manager hear herself? She knew, like, she found out that I had no idea about my schedule from last Sunday because no one ever told me I was working that Sunday. And instead of double checking with me to make sure I knew that Monday or that Tuesday, or I guess she wasn't here Tuesday, but that Monday that she saw me, instead of double checking to make sure I knew my schedule, she just rescheduled me to work that Monday. And I'm just like, girl, what the heck? Do you hear yourself and you're surprised I don't know it? Like, if I didn't know to work on Sunday and you knew no one told me, because you have to kind of like call off, you can't just like skip the day. I mean, you can, they probably won't fire you because it's a store, but realistically you should be like calling off by phone or whatever to let them know you won't be there. But like, I never did call off, so I'm just confused what she think was happening when I didn't show up. Because in my head, I'm like, well, if I was supposed to work that day and I didn't even show up, like, what did you think was happening for me to, like, for you to think, oh, I'll just schedule her for Monday instead? Did you think I knew what you were doing and just decided to say, fuck that? Like, I was honestly, like, confused because I'm like, why would that, like, why y'all so ready to, like, not talk to these people, like, employees and shit? Because I'm over here, like, what is going on? So she gives me the schedule. I'm looking at this shit like it's flabbergasted. Like, damn, the fuck now. Like, you told me I'm working on weekends already, which is like, first of all, I wasn't told I was working a weekend already, right? Mind you, it is this weekend. It's not next weekend, it's this weekend. This weekend, I have so much shit going on. I literally have to do stuff over this weekend that I could have pushed around. I could have told people earlier not to do today. And yet, they're like saying, oh, you gotta work this weekend. And I'm over here like, what the fuck? Because mind you, first week I started, I'm being told by like the program manager or program coordinator, you will know your schedule a week in advance. That's what they have to do. They cannot like schedule you for something and you don't know. And I'm like, okay, well, great. That's like the first week. It was literally last week I heard this shit. Second week I'm literally getting scheduled without being told, and I'm just like, oh hell no, that is not happening. I'm not about to work this weekend. I can't tell her that because she's scheduling me without telling me. And I'm confused as heck because I'm like, you just gonna schedule me? And it's the most annoying thing because it's not like I've just been like cruising this entire time, being totally fine with whatever's going on and just been like, oh, I'll get it when I get it. And just been like free flower mind. Like, yeah, sure. It feels like maybe remote, I would probably be a bit more flexible. But even then, it's like, I would like some heads up because I'm not a fucking robot who has no life outside of work. So I would like to have a heads up if I gotta move my things around, because some things I'm trying to do on the weekend I just can't do if you're telling me last minute. And I'm not a nurse, I'm not a doctor, I'm not in healthcare, so I shouldn't have to be, being scheduled for extra shit just because your other employees decide to not tell you that they're leaving. That's not on me. I don't care about them, I care about me. And the pay is never that good to just be randomly scheduled whenever they feel like it. So I'm basically being like, oh, okay, like, what the heck? And I'm asking her, like, can I have tomorrow off, which is Thursday? Because I had an interview on Thursday, and it was at 12 o'clock. Oh, I remember my time now, because I remember looking at it, and I was like, I have an interview on Thursday from 12 p.m. to, like, 12:50 p.m. I know. Long-ass interview, but it was remote. And I was going to take my lunch period, because I still thought it was 9 to 5, to 9 to 5. I still thought it was 9 to 5 until someone told me otherwise. But because I had my new schedule, it said Thursday was now 12:30 to whatever the heck 8 hours from that is, 8 o'clock. I don't know. And I was like, like, this is what I'm talking about. This is literally what I'm talking about. Like, I could have scheduled myself if I've known, and I could have scheduled myself if I've known to be at a better. This is why I hate when people do not tell me, like, scheduling, especially when it's for a job. Only when it's for a job. If it's like for friend things, I don't care. Like, none of my friends, we all kind of just like skirt by the seat of our pants. We don't give a fuck. If we're all being too serious about it, then the event wasn't that serious, unless it was like a surprise or some shit. But this is why I don't like it when they just put stuff on my schedule and I don't know, because I'm trying to find a job. Right, we're not even considering this a real job. I'm trying to find a job, and I cannot do that if I'm being told last minute my schedule. I don't care if it was for 1 week. I don't care if this never happens again. I had an interview. I also had an interview today as well. But I had an interview today, or yesterday, which is Thursday, and I legit needed that hour. I was gonna like make it. I was gonna extend it a bit longer. Honestly, I was gonna be like 30 minutes, and then be like, "Oh, guys, I have like an emergency call," whatever. But for it to be like, oh yeah, you're coming in basically in the middle of your interview, I was like, no. So basically, because I had surprisingly Tuesday off, I asked for Thursday off, because I was like, well, obviously I'm not gonna work here, and then be told like because it wasn't even like adapted. It didn't change. Surprisingly, she changed it for Sunday when she saw I wasn't coming, but she didn't change it for Tuesday when she knew I wasn't there. Like, it still said Tuesday you were off, and so I'm like, okay, I'll take Thursday off. Fuck it. So I asked her if I take Thursday off. I'm like, I'm gonna need Thursday off, and she's like, no. Literally, the first thing she said to me is no, and I looked at her like, I'm thinking like 20 things in my head, and I'm like, let me just keep quiet for now. And she goes to her schedule, and she's like, yeah, it's fine. You can take tomorrow off. The other people will struggle, but it'll be fine. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, mind you, I've been in this job for like barely a week and a half, and you're telling me other people will struggle. They will be fine. They will literally be fine. Like, I don't think y'all struggle in this store. Like, I've been in the store. Like, you guys probably need more cashiers if we're being really honest, but other than that, you'll be okay. Like, it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be fine. You probably should hire a lot more part-timers, but that shit on your website. Maybe there's a reason why y'all don't have that many part-timers, because I'll get to that. But yeah, and she's like doing all that, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So then I go home at the end of the day, and mind you, I'm pissed the entire day. Like, I'm smiling and shit. The customers are all like talking. I'm like yapping with them, whatever the fuck. And I'm doing cashier work, so it's not that hard. I'm like, oh, and I'm pissed internally. Like, I'm pissed because this is the main thing I've been really not making sure I wouldn't have to deal with. Because every time I go to work, I feel kind of stressed. I'm not gonna lie. I feel kind of stressed. Not because the job is hard or because I'm learning new things. New things are fine, but it's a store. It's retail. Like, I'm literally telling you guys, I was a cashier for like 2 days. I've learned that shit in like an hour, and it was fine. I was an e-commerce, which is online shopping, for a week. It wasn't bad. My feet hurt, yes, but the job itself is easy. Like, you see plenty of people doing that shit part-time, and you see plenty of people doing that shit not at all full-time, and it's not hard at all, right? You get taught it pretty easily. So why am I stressed at a retail job? And this is one of the reasons why I'm exactly stressed. Because I feel like I was slowly being poisoned to like not work at this job. And I'll tell you why. So when I first started at this job, we went to our program coordinator who did our training, meaning that you were taught like the sexual assault training, the bullying training, the harassment training, all that training, right? The stuff you do every year at any job, hopefully. And you're doing this on a computer, and she yaps to us. She talks about how this job does not, like, the people who are in corporate don't really tell them when they have a new hire. So they're being told late as heck. That's how they were told that I was coming late as heck. That's how they knew the other girl who came with me originally. We were not told ahead of time by the store that we were coming. We just came, and then they were just told the day we came that, hey, we're coming. They also didn't have a training module for us, so we had to we spent a little bit more time doing other stuff versus us having like the module, because corporate didn't give them. And then even today, I was with the program coordinator, not today, but on Wednesday I was with the program coordinator because she needed like a document from me, and she was just talking to me again about like how, one, the girl that I came with, the girl that interviewed with me to be at a deli manager, she never showed back up, never once. And I was like, well, that's unfortunate, because she was the only new person who was full-time and was close enough to my job that I wanted to yap to, just to get her head in the water about the job, right? I think I talked about this too, like either on Monday or on last week's stream, about how I legit was looking for her because I'm like, okay, well, where is she? Like, she was the one most hype about this job. Like, I didn't even care about this job. I really didn't. I'm like, girl, it's retail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't care. But because it's just like, to me, it's a job, right? I'm not doing my 5-year plan here. Like, that's not how this works. But she was over here being like, oh, it's so good, the benefits are so nice, the salary you don't really need to care about because the benefits are where it's at. And I'm like, yeah, I guess you're right. And she already had another job, so I thought like, oh man, that's why she kept talking about benefits, maybe her other job just doesn't give her that shit. So I was like, okay, whatever. And I'm thinking like, okay, well, the second week is here, I haven't seen her, but once she finds out what's happening, she's probably gonna hate it, because she's probably going through the same thing what I'm going through, where she finds out her schedule really late. And I know she would hate that because she has a second job. And her second job is the Board of Education. And she works in the Board of Education in the morning. And she doesn't have like a babysitter for her 1-year-old kid. So I'm like, okay, well, she's definitely going to hate the scheduling problem, because they didn't even tell me on time. I don't have anyone to take care of. And I don't have a second job. But she had both of those things, and that will really affect her, because then she can't work those jobs. And also, if she's under training for so many weeks, it'll be very hard to be like, yeah, I'll have a babysitter come in at random hours of the day just to fit my schedule. It's like, no, it's not very good for someone who has like literal kids to raise unless you're going part-time, because at that point you can like work whatever hours they tell you and then go home and be like, I'm with my kid now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, full-time is not feasible if one day I'm working 12, another day I'm working 10, another day I'm working like 6 in the morning, and another day I'm working night. It's like, hello? What kind of sleep schedule do you have? And so when I found out she wasn't there, I was like, tough break for me, because I really wanted to yap to her. And I felt kind of sad because I was the only one that was like a new hire, but also felt like I was like the only one with my title, because they really had no idea what to do with me. And I was like, this feels very weird. And another thing that the program coordinator told me is that they had a hard time keeping like employees, because a lot of things they do at the corporation, because it's a franchise, multiple stores, they choose your location when you first start, but after a while they can actually uproot you and put you in a whole different location. She talked about how when she worked at her other, like the same job but like a different location, they legit pulled a girl who was on vacation and said that she was going to work remote. She's going to work at a different location, and this was happening while she was on vacation. I feel like I said that so weirdly. So this girl was on vacation, and the corporate people were like, oh, we're going to pull her and move her to a new location in like 3 days. And they actually never told the girl that they were doing this. They did it without telling her. So then the program coordinator was pissed because it did not give that girl a heads up to be like, hey, you have time to say goodbye, because she worked at this location for a while and stuff, but she didn't have time to say goodbye. She also had no idea she was leaving, because they never called her. They literally just changed it on their end, and then had the program coordinator tell her, okay, let her know she's leaving in like the next 2 days, right? Like, they literally changed it on their end and decided they're not going to tell her that. I don't know why. I feel like corporate is scared to talk to the retailers, even though they work together, because they just don't want to talk to them. I'm not sure if they think they're beneath them. I don't understand. But it just seems to be a common thing, where every time I talk to people who were hired full-time to be managers, they always tell me, like, hey, I have friends who work at a different location. Corporate never told their store that they were coming. And I'm like, and you're okay with that? Like, in my head, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, are you all, like, first of all, what the fuck? Second of all, why would I want to be at a company that is going to move me from one place to another, probably further away, probably closer, depending on what the heck is going on, and they just expect me to like come do a job without complaining, And then the store is like, we had no idea you were showing up. We don't know what to do for you. You know what I'm saying? Because even the program coordinator, when she worked at her old location, she was moved to this store, which explains why she complains about it a lot. Yeah, she yaps to me, which I'm totally fine with. I like being told the truth. If the story is not that great, please let me know. I don't want to find out like I did this week that it's actually dog shit. And then I'm just like making myself feel like I have to stay. I need a paycheck. Like, I don't think that is correct. But anyway, but she was telling me how she like moved from this to this location, which is a bigger store. This store that we are in is a bigger store. The last store she was in was more of a market, so they didn't really have like all these extra stuff that they have. I think of the difference think of the difference between like a Walmart and then like just the market of a Walmart. It's like that kind of difference. Honestly, I don't work at Walmart, so I could use that example. Because I think of it like it's a superstore essentially of the market. And so when she was moved here, it was not only like further away from where she was, but the person who worked before her did a terrible job at doing the store that she had to do it from scratch. And she had like no assistance, no guidance. And it's been like 3 years for her, and she says she's still trying to learn, and not because she wants to. It's very much because they did a really bad job at this store that she had to do a lot of things from scratch just to make it like be feasible. And I'm like, goodness fucking gracious, like if you're struggling with this shit and you've been here forever, and I'm a new hire and I'm like pissed by my schedule, and then like on top of that, I just feel like the things she tells me, I literally asked her, I was like, how is your attention so high? You have all these issues. You're pissed for your employees because they are being moved about without being told. They're being given odd hours without being like scheduled. They're literally being put in different departments without being trained. And I'm asking her like, okay, how is your retention rate so high at these stores? Like, I would assume more people will want to quit because of this. And she literally told me the truth. She was like, well, a lot of these people are older people. They don't have another place to go to get hired, nor would they most likely even be hired. So it makes it very hard for them to think this, like the type of way I'm thinking, like, oh, I can just go somewhere else, because a lot of them can't go anywhere else. Like, they either don't have an education, so when they started, it was like, who knows how long ago, so they just came here to work, and maybe the money was a lot better back then, or they just like realized it's so much easier than to get like a different job, and this is something that they just done forever, and they get like a lot more benefits because they've been here forever, even though I guess the benefits were a lot better like 10 years ago versus like today. And I was like, that does explain it. I do see a lot of older people. I question how they even work here for real, because you don't think something that's so like physically demanding would be like here for older people, but then I see them working and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess, fuck. But then it's like, none of these people are full-time. Like, all these people are like part-time workers. I mean, you know, and even though they're part-time, they still work like a full-hour day when they're in the office or, you know, in the store. And I was just like, oh, that makes a lot of sense, because there aren't that many younger people. I think the most younger people I've seen are all in e-commerce, which is fine, but they're also like all remote as well. I mean, there's a few people here and there that are young and cashiering, but it's literally mostly older people. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess. But to me, it's just like, oh my gosh, like there's a lot of like, that's like 60-year-olds. Like, that's the older people. Like, people were telling me they've been here for like 20 something years, and I'm like, damn, what the fuck? You don't want to be a full-timer? Like, you worked this job your entire life and you've just been part-time this entire life. You don't want to be a full-timer? Like, no, I don't want to deal with that. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, I don't know. Part of me is like, maybe I should go, but you can't really choose. Like me, I can't choose my schedule now, honestly. But, you know, like, I was talking to one of the people that was like a bit older than me, because he had gray in his hair, but he's part-time, and he was telling me how he was being scheduled for like 12-hour days. And I was looking at him, because this is the same day I'm being told everything else about my schedule, so I'm already pressed about this job, and I'm literally being like, okay, well, what the fuck? What do you mean you're having 12-hour days? And it's like, yeah, yesterday I had 12 hours, today I'm gonna have another 12 hours, and then 2 days I'm having another 12 hours. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? Like, you're basically working like almost 3 to 4 hours if you keep doing this for another 4 days. Like, you're basically almost full-time. I don't get it. He's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. But I'm also just looking at him like, he's not pissed. He's not upset about working 12 hours at a store. Like, 8 hours and my feet are hurting like a motherfucker, you know? And he's just like, yeah, they're just making me work 12 hours. They need to hire more people. And I'm like, well, I mean, I can tell. I mean, they usually have only like 3 cashier registers open, which, to be fair, there's not that many people going through them, but it's like you have up to 12 registers, but only 3 are open at any given time. Like, you might want to hire more people. But I don't think they gave them the location, even if they did part-time, but I don't know. But yeah, so that's been my gripe with the store, and that has literally caused me to like have to call HR. I called HR like, yes, I sent them an email because I was really pissed off all day, because I was just like, all my stress that I've been feeling for like the last week and a half has finally come to a head. And as I said before, it is retail. Like, if you're stressed about retail, it's either because you don't know too much and you're still learning, you're probably like overthinking, or because the job is actually like causing you extra stress on top of your work. Because it's not like, you know, you're not learning a new tech, you're not like expected to do 20 different things at once. No, they know I'm new. Also, they don't do 20 things at once either. So it's like, what would I stress for? So when I tell you like it is stressful, I'm not talking about the responsibilities. The responsibilities are fine. It is the literal things I'm dealing with, the things I'm hearing, that is building up every time I go. Every time I go to the store, I feel stressed. Like, I'll be stressed on the bus going there, and then I leave and I'm like, oh, the job was so fine, but then I'm stressed the next day, not even about the responsibility. So you know it's bad if I'm like consistently stressed. And when I worked at my tech job, I was never this stressed. I'll be bored, yes. I'll be doing stuff, yes. I'll be working with my manager, yes. But if I was stressed, it'll probably because I was like doing 20 different things at once and being expected to do it and complete it at the same time. Here, I'm just like doing it, coming home, not caring, going back to do the same thing, and I go there and I'm stressed. Like, hello? So I sent an email to HR because she didn't want to pick up. And then I called HR because that's the same person I like interviewed. And she's so apologetic. She was like, so sorry, I'm so sorry. Like, they're supposed to give you your schedule. They're supposed to like, you're supposed to go to these people. And mind you, I'm telling her, the people you're telling me to go to, I did that day one. Like, those people you told me, this person should know your schedule, this person should be able to go. I'm telling you right now, I went there, they did not know my schedule. They kept saying this person in general, like this manager should know your schedule. The manager didn't even know I was with her, and then she decided to schedule me once she found out without me knowing. So I was just like telling her the truth. I was literally just like, I was like being nice about it, because I'm like, with how apologetic she was, I felt kind of bad for ruining her day. But I was like, oh, girly, like, no. They're not telling me the schedule. The location's terrible. Because the location's supposed to be like an hour away from me max. But I think she meant by car. Because it's like an hour and 10 minutes away from me by like buses. And it was like 2 buses. And I'm just like, yeah, I need a schedule. I need a location change. Because you cannot be poisoning me against a location. I think I'm going to stay. I'm glad. The program coordinator told me the truth, because I mean, if she didn't say that, I probably would be like thinking something else. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to work at a location that has so many problems, you know what I'm saying? Because that honestly does not make me feel confident in my job. Because if you knew your job had like issues before you got hired, you would not be trying to work there, in my personal opinion. And so I'm telling her I need my location change. I need a different place to go to. I don't know what I need. I just need her to get me the fuck out. Mind you, I'm not telling her I'm quitting yet. I'm literally telling her like, hey, I just need to like leave. At this point, I want to quit. But real quick, before I continue that story, I'm done. So here is what I've drawn, or what I'm drawing. Battling the shoes. I know this person's foot is like crazy bent. I get that. But I just shaded in. It actually looks ugly as hell, but give it 3 days and I'll believe it's not ugly. Great, we did that. So I'm gonna keep talking to you while I find like a brand new picture, and also, okay, paper's right here. I gotta find a new picture. But yeah, like literally I'm telling her all this stuff and she's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, I mean, part of it is her fault, because she did not give them my like manual in time, so they did not know what to do for me for like forever ago. But I didn't tell her all that, because I was like, even though it's her fault too, I'm gonna keep that to myself, you know. And so literally, And so literally I'm telling her like I love a new location. She says she can't give me a new location because I guess she doesn't schedule me, someone else does, right? Whatever. And so at the same time, I'm like, okay, well, I need to have someone do some of this. Like, I cannot have my schedule just being told to me late as hell. And she's like, I'm so sorry. Like, obviously, we're gonna fix this, which ironically, I don't think she will because she's part of the problem. Because the HR were the ones who don't tell people anything. She had to send them my manual like a week later. She's the one who told me what I was going to do because she didn't tell me I was hired. Like, part of the reasons why I'm having these issues is because of her. It's like, girl, you're the problem too. Like, you don't tell anyone when people are hired, which means they're scrambling to like get their shit on time, which means everything that I'm doing is actively being affected because if they're scrambling to get their shit on time, I might not even get paid on time because you're doing everything later than usual and they're trying to figure out my payment schedule because they're doing that in the store, not through HR. So I don't know why she's acting apologetic when she's part of the problem. And they already complained about her in the store. They're like, oh yeah, she doesn't tell us when we get new hires. And I'm like, the same HR person I call, she doesn't tell you guys. So that's been happening. So I haven't told her yet that I'm quitting. I've literally told her like, hey, I'm taking the next 3 days off. And she's like, you gotta call the store. I called the store because I had Thursday off. So the interview went well. Thank God. I need something to go well because this job is like so stupid. I should have just worked at like a different store that was closer to me, but you don't choose locations, which is annoying. And the crazy thing is, I don't even shop at this store like at all. They have good deals. Admittedly, they have good deals. Not all of them are good. They're still expensive, right? It's still a store, but they have good deals that you can get without being an employee. But at the same time, it's like, I don't even shop at this store. So for me to work here, it's like not helping because there's no location near me that's close enough for me to actively go there. And also, I just wouldn't actually go here. I have too many grocery stores near me. I have Cermak right next to me. So I'm like, why would I go out my way to go there when the only thing that's on sale is like the produce section? And I don't even be buying things like that. But essentially, I call off for today. Today's Friday. I call off. I'm trying to call off for like the next 3 days because I'm not working weekends. I know for a fact I need to do stuff that's not like partying, just for my professional shit. And I'm like, well, I need to call off. So I call the store manager who told me that I was supposed to be off on Tuesday and told me quickly as heck, you're not going to be you're working on Thursday. She's off on Friday. And I was like, surprising that she was off. Well, she was off on Thursday, so I didn't get her. I got her assistant manager. But I was like surprised that she's off on Thursday when she was going to tell me to be there. And I was like, when is she going to tell me no because she was going to be there and I'm following her schedule, but yet she's not even there on the day she told me to follow her schedule. Ironic, right? And so I'm calling her assistant manager and I'm like, girl, I need the next 3 days off, which is basically the rest of my week. And she's like, oh, you have to call every day because we go and do 1 day at a time. And I'm like, what? Like, why am I, what? Essentially, they don't plan ahead is what I'm hearing when it comes to days off, which is kind of stupid because they always act stressed every time they hear someone doesn't show up to the office or if I say office, I mean the store, okay? They don't show up to the store, and they feel they're stressed because they have one less person who's working there. Granted, the people who call off the day of, which is kind of stupid, but I was trying to call off 3 days like you would at a normal job, but she was like, oh, you call off every day. Like for every day you're not working, you gotta call again the next day. We can't do 3 days in advance. And I was over here like, what the hell? Okay. And I was like, sure, whatever you say. Yeah, take me off for tomorrow. And I was like confused, but I was like, this job has been like weird as hell. There's so many things they could change that would honestly make them like at least 10% better, and yet they're working with like a weird system. I heard through the PC, the program coordinator, they can't write people up. So if they show up late, if they show up not on time, if they don't call in, they can't write them up. And I'm like, okay, huh? Okay. I mean, listen, if you don't care about your job, work here because they don't care about you either. But yeah, I just been like, no. I mean, I'm used to structure to an extent. I know things can be hectic, but like if it's because of them and not because of the actual work that's making it become chaotic, then no, what the hell? If your managers didn't even care to know who you were on a project, and then when they found out, they gave you like 10 different things, told you to do tomorrow, you'd be like, whoa, the fuck on? Who the hell are you? Like, be like, let's talk about who we are. Let's give me a good timeline. Let's not just throw things on my plate and expect me to listen. Depending on how much I'm paying paid, I might, but definitely not at this store. So I haven't quit, but I will. That is the point of this conversation. This is a debrief, mind you. I'm also going to draw this shoe. So it's a YSL shoe. I don't know if people like these shoes anymore, but actually these shoes are kind of ugly. I don't know why I showed you the paper. Paper is literally bland. Anyway, kind of pressed about the idea. I mean, not the quitting part. I don't care. The quitting part, it's whatever. They gave me like one interview and said, you got this shit. And I was like, oh, okay. Because it's retail, so I don't expect them to be like 20 interviews later. I'd probably be more skeptical if they did do that, I don't think I do that right, but I kind of have to continue. Okay. And so how's it going so far? I feel less stress. I feel so much less stress. It's just kind of crazy how much stress this job can bring on. As I said before, it's literally just like the stress of the work. The people are fine, but I feel like obviously the people are causing the stress as well, because they're the ones who are scheduling me for like bullshit. And then being like, you're working with us until like today. And it's like, how are you already scheduling me from Sunday when y'all didn't have a manual until Sunday? And no one told me. So I still don't even know where I'm supposed to get my schedule from. Because at some point I just stopped caring. I'm like, whatever. If I was free reign, if I had like no life outside the office, I honestly would be okay with it. But like, hell no. That shit blow me. Like, I was like, that is crazy. You think you can do that to me? To me, like, I'm not your part-timers. They'll be okay with a 12-hour shift for no reason. I don't know why they're okay with it, but they're okay with a 12-hour shift. I am not okay with you just scheduling me. And even the manager was telling me how some of her friends who were like higher up in the store, still in the store mind you, but they're higher up in the store, and how they literally had been moved without being told. They were just told to go to a different location. They did, and no one told them that they were going to that location. And I'm just like, why are y'all okay with this? I feel like y'all can go like, I guess not in this economy, but I'm sure they could have gone like anywhere to legit do these skills and not be like forced to work at a company that doesn't really care about them. Because they don't care about them. This company is actually kind of shit. Which, if you're working at a store, you're not really caring about how they treat their employees most of the time. You just hope their groceries are cheap. But yeah, it's insane how bad they don't care. So yeah, I'm quitting on Sunday. Why Sunday? Because I don't know. I kind of feel like I should give to HR. I feel kind of bad for her because I'm about to stress her out. Because one person, I think she already quit. They never called her, but they were like, if she wants to come back, she'll let us know. Which is weird. Like, you're saying her job is still there, but she never showed back up after the first day, which is the orientation. She never showed up. I don't know why. I don't know if she's okay or not. I'm a little worried because I'm like, why do you leave me alone here, girl? But it is what it is. I was wondering why she wasn't there. I kind of felt sad when I didn't see her because, like, damn, am I like missing her? Is she already working nights? Nope, she's just not showing up. And I was like, oh, okay. Not what I would personally want her to do, but yeah, sure. But anyway, I am quitting on Sunday. I don't technically have a backup plan. I will say I did just do 2 job interviews this week that I could never have done if I wasn't remote. Or remote, yes, but also like at home. So I had an interview yesterday for an hour, and thank God I don't know in what world I would be like letting a store job take over me trying to get like a full-time job at a place I want to work at for real and pays more. I'm not sure in what world would I be like, no, but my store job needs me. Let me push this interview back. Hello? No. Anyway. So I did the interview. It was remote, so I did it at home. It was like an hour, and I was like, okay. But the conversation was really good. I think she really does like me because it was a conversation more than an interview style. She still asked me questions. She still wanted to know more, but she was being honest. Like, it was a really good role. It just seemed like a bit more of like a secretary role that was like a little bit more glorified, but a little bit more technical than that. But I did like the idea. Unfortunately, it would be in person because they just put in like a return to office policy for them. But it's also in downtown, which I live closer to downtown than I do to the store. Surprising. I don't live in downtown because what are the market rates for that? But I definitely live closer to downtown. So it'll be a lot easier to work there versus working at the store. Crazy to say that, right? It's crazy to be like, I want to work corporate. It's so much easier. Like, who says that? Anyway, so essentially, that went really well. She said it might be one more round or it might be the only round because this is my second round for this job. I'm hoping it is the only round. I still need to like contact so many people, like 3 or 4 people for the other interviews I had because I've never heard anything back from anyone. And I'm like, okay, well, now I gotta start spamming people because I don't think I got them because obviously if I did, I would hear it back. But I'm like, damn, the least y'all can do is tell me, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna hate knowing who I am. So I have to do that. It was supposed to be today, but after yesterday I had an interview. And then today I had another interview for a different job. I found a job on LinkedIn, not LinkedIn, fuck LinkedIn, Instagram. I'm like going through every app in my head. Instagram. Granted, if you look for jobs on Instagram, you kind of have to like think is fake or whatever. But I found it on Instagram and I was like, whatever, like, you know, you can find a job anywhere. You can find a job on Craigslist. Not sure why you do that, but you can. And literally, ooh, how does this look? I applied. It was like for an appointment setter, which is like the kind of people, it's like okay, so the job itself is like similar to sales, except instead of you selling, you're explaining the product to the customer, the potential customer, right? So you're essentially being like, hey, you want to buy this for them? You want to buy this for your loved one, for yourself, or whoever? Well, let me run you down like what it is, how you're gonna like really get to that point in your life where this is gonna like really be good, whatever. Like if you're buying a fitness program, we'll tell you what the heck is included. If you're buying VIP versus normal, we'll tell you what's included. We'll try to persuade you to buy it. And then once you want to do it or you're willing to pay, you go to the seller and the seller actually be like, hey, here's more information. So we're not the seller, or that it's not, at least that's not the job role. You're not the seller. You're just a person who's like saying like, hey, this is why you should think about buying it. And then we give you to the seller, right? Which is pretty good. And you're working with people who are not cold callers, which is like the best part. Because I've done jobs where you're cold calling, and I swear to God, they're all MLMs. But this one, you're not cold calling. You're already talking to people who express interest and wants to do it. So you're actually talking to people who already said yes. You just gotta make sure they stay saying yes. And I'm like, well, perfect. I hate cold calling. I hate doing that shit. Because like, why am I calling you about a fucking insurance that no one heard of and no one wants and the benefits suck? Like, hello? I'm not even getting that shit in my job. Why am I giving it to you? So yeah, I had that interview today. It was like 2+ hours. Because they want to do everything in one interview. So that's why it was like 2 hours. You talk to like the hiring manager and then you talk to like one of the managers on a job. So it was like over 2 hours because they're talking to you about it. They're asking you a bunch of questions. So they're being realistic. They're being like, you're not going to make $1 million in a day. But because it's like similar to sales, you are still only getting commission based. Like only getting commission based. But the job itself is remote. The job itself, you have to work a minimum of like 15 hours for 60 days so that they can know like you're all in for this shit. And after that, you can work less or more. But you can work more to start off, but like you can't go lower than 15. That's what I'm trying to say. Because they want to make sure that you're not like gonna flake on them, which is fair. They do have, I will say, the sketchiest part about this company is that they make you, they have like educational programs so you can learn more about it in different courses that they're gonna put you through that needs to be paid. Granted, you're not paying for it, but it is kind of sketch because they keep saying that they're gonna pay for it. And as long as you stay with them and you complete the minimum requirements for 60 days, then they pay for it and you never touch a dime of that, right? Great, love the idea. Now, the problem is in order for them to pay for it, you need to open like several credit cards, which is why they ask you for your checking account. They ask you for your credit score. They're making you open these credit cards because they want you to pay like the $6,000 it costs for the course on your credit card. Now, it's not my credit card per se because I'm opening it for the first time, but they are going to be liable for it because it is going through their system, right? Because for all these credit cards, you got to call the people because I'm making these cards today to pay it off today. And I'm telling them, oh, they're going through like what's it called? Like they're business cards, essentially. They're all business ventures. So I'm getting like Chase Sapphire, I'm getting Amex something. I don't think it was Platinum, but it might have been Platinum. I'm getting something else, like Capital One, Venture, stuff like that. I don't think that one's business. But you get all these things that would technically be like, okay, well, I would pay this stuff off eventually. But they're going to pay it off. And I know it sounds sketch as hell. Don't worry, I thought it was sketch as hell. But they gave me a contract that, basically lets you also on board. And you read it. They actually read it with you. And then they ask you, are you okay with this? Is this something you're willing to do? You could say yes, you could say no, whatever. And then eventually they'd be like, okay, well, just let you know, like, the only reason you'll have to pay, like, this money back is if you don't complete 60 days with us. So let's say you want to quit, like, a week after you start, but we already paid for your educational thing because they're going to teach you how to be, like, an appointment setter and all that stuff. And you're working with, like, sales coaches and all that stuff. Then you have to pay, like, that $6,000 out of pocket. But let's say you don't quit, but you still didn't meet the requirements for 60 days. They're not going to make you pay for it, but for any commissions that you earn through the seller, because once you actually appointment set these customers and you send them to the seller and the seller actually does their job and have them say yes and pay for it, and you get a cut of that. If you don't meet your 60-day requirement, then they take away like $500 of commission from you for like a year until you fully paid it off. And I was like, okay, that makes sense, because it's $6,000. And then last but not least, if you do meet the requirements of 60 days, then they pay it off themselves. And they basically refund you after 60 days. So yeah. In other words, I better not see a single one of these credit cards touch my actual debit card, because I'll be pissed as hell if I have to find out that $6K is all hitting my card. I'm gonna be like, because I'm literally gonna be like, hey, so like, can you fix this? Because why am I being charged right now? I don't need this money, because it's not supposed to hit my card at all. I might have been a little loosey-goosey about this shoe, but I think I'll fix the bottom. I don't want to fix the bottom though. I'll just extend it a bit. Yeah. But yeah, so that happened. So that's why it took me like almost 5 hours. It was 2 hours for the actual onboarding. It sounds really good. I do want it to replace my current job, which is why I'm like okay with quitting my job. I was always okay. I was gonna look for a new job anyway. I don't give a fuck. I have a whole nother interview next Monday, so I'm okay. Like, I'm literally trying my best here to like do as much as I possibly can, because I don't want to like be in a situation where I'm like stagnant in this job, but also don't want to be here. So yeah, that happened. So yeah, that's kind of more or less my update. There really isn't much. I mean, there was a lot I just yapped to y'all about. I don't know how long I've been streaming for. Let me find where that number is. It says an hour. Yeah, YouTube is telling me an hour. Great, I guess I can talk for an hour. I have a podcast, but I haven't been doing it for a while, because I do it with a friend. We do it on Spotify. And we won't be doing it for like the next week or two. And we used to talk about like celebrity drama. I have not talked about y'all. I keep telling y'all I'm gonna do celebrity drama, and then by the time I want to do it, it's like girly pop. You talked about yourself for like 3 hours, and it's like, I mean, that is my stream. But yeah, I will be honest, I have not edited my YouTube video. I have a YouTube video that's supposed to come out like, honestly, it's supposed to come out today. But I think because I literally had, I released 2 YouTube videos already this week. I released one on Sunday, and I released another one on Tuesday. And I did say twice a week, so this video should be pushed till next week, which is totally fine. I think that is what I'm doing. Yeah. I was gonna post it for this week, but I was like, no, I need more content ideas. Yeah. I love doing YouTube. I'm still, learning how to do it. I'm still learning how to like be good at it and all that jazz, but I definitely like it. I think having a new phone has definitely piqued my interest a lot more because I had a shitty phone. The phone I'm using right now to like show you guys is my old phone. They let me keep it because I was trying to like do a trade-in, but then they were like, oh, we'll trade it for $10, and I was like, give my phone back. Like, that's so disrespectful. But they were telling me to keep it anyway. They're like, you should keep it. It's only $10. And I'm like, damn. It's a Motorola. It was like, they were like $10. And I'm like, damn, whore. You don't want this phone? That's crazy. It was like the newest phone when I bought it too. I bought it like 2 years ago. And they're like, talking about $10. I mean, this phone was $250. It's cheap. It's good. But like, for what I needed, it actually kind of broke. The phone itself is fine though. There's a few issues with it because Motorola has been like a kind of a shitty company. If you can afford a good phone, get a good phone. I would just say that. It is a good phone. I would say people are sleeping on it, but I don't want to say that too loud because it's not that good. it kind of kills itself a few times, and that's kind of like the worst part. Because when it kills itself, you don't know why, and it's never because it's overheated. My phone doesn't overheat, but like it legit just be like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then you gotta wait like 10 minutes or so before you realize you have to like drop it on the floor, knock it around, slap it a little bit, and then wake up. And I'm like, okay. So I had to get a new phone. I got a Samsung. That's the phone I'm streaming on currently. I love it. It's great. I never had a Samsung, but I always wanted a Samsung because the battery life is really good. You know, this is gonna die in like 2 hours. But I really love the phone. I have a case for it. Where's my case? I don't think I ever showed you. I mean, I'll show you guys if you watch my YouTube video. This is the case I have. It's so cute. It took me a good minute to find a case for this phone because there's cases online, but they'd be so expensive. And I'm like, guys, I want a regular case. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't need the only fancy gadgets. I don't even drop my phone like that. So I don't even want it to be like it needs to have the bells and whistles. Like, I don't want to have a policy on my phone. I'm sure I have like a 1-year policy because I got it through T-Mobile. But other than that, I don't really care. You know, so. Yeah, but it was hard because I was trying to find different places to buy it, and they were like, because this phone came out like half a year ago, so it's not like it's not that new. It's pretty new. I mean, in my case, it's new. I don't give a fuck, right? We're not doing Apple, and I'm doing like, oh, it's new until like 6 months in and it's old. No, it's a new phone. But it was just like the cases that they had online were ugly or like kind of useless. I wanted a case that had. Let me show you. I wanted one that had like a little pop because I have one on this phone. So this phone right here, I actually have one, and I have a case on it that I bought, and it comes with like this pop socket. It does not come with a pop socket. I put it on there, but the case itself is basically the bells and whistles I was talking about. But because the phone is so cheap, I can shell out like $18 for the case. When this phone was bought, it was not cheap, so I did not want to shell out like $18. I think the case was like less than $15, but I bought it from Amazon. It's okay. I feel like it comes off the phone a little bit, but not enough for me to be like, oh, this is gonna delete, this is gonna kill my phone. No, I'm fine. But yeah, that happened, and I love it so far. I mean, I bought it. It's a great phone because it has a great camera, which is like the biggest thing I need to worry about because my current phone, the one I'm using right now, has a terrible camera. No matter what, morning, noon, night, whatever, it's terrible. So I don't like that. And then some of my apps don't work because of it, which is, you know, weird, but it's okay. I mean, now it's my home phone. I don't have my SIM card in it, obviously, so I just use it for gaming and stuff like that. But yeah, the quality on this new phone is so much better. And no, I'm not one of those people who buy a new phone every fucking year. No, I hate that. Because what do you mean you have like a month, you got money to shell out for a new phone? What do you do with the old phone? I guess you can trade them in, right? No, I bought this phone, this phone you're seeing in like 2021 because my old phone before that. Okay, so I bought like several phones actually. I'm kind of lying, but not really. My other phones have just broke in the past, so I legit had to buy a new phone. When I had I'm not going through all the phones I've had in my life because that'll take too long. But the phone I had in high school was ass, and it was like really, really like old and stuff. So I was like, I need an upgrade. So when I got to college, I bought a new phone, still Motorola. I think it was the newest at the time, so 2021. It was blue, and I'm used to like the Motorola's having a really good phone screen because the phone before it was also Motorola, and it had like a Gorilla case, a Gorilla phone screen, meaning that it can't break if you drop it. And I thought, oh well, obviously all the phones that come afterwards will have the same case because why are you not keeping it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like the best part of the phone is the case. because you don't need a phone case. You literally just drop it and it won't break. So I thought all Androids were like that. Like, oh, you can't break an Android phone because the case is so good. Incorrect. But anyway, I get a new phone in college because I'm like, well, I need a new phone. My old one is like kind of ass. It just wasn't working after a while. I had it for like over 5 years, so I was like, yeah, it's kind of losing its quality. I get a new phone, and after like a month or two, I accidentally drop it on concrete. Mind you, it's like a 2-foot drop. So I'm looking at the phone like, oh, it won't break, right? I don't have a case, it'll be fine. I look at it, it's cracked, and I'm like, what the hell? You're cracked, but you're the newest phone. Same model, whatever, newest phone. And it's literally like cracked. And I'm like, oh my God, is this not Gorilla Case? No, it was not Gorilla Case. They changed the fucking case to make it cheaper. And mind you, I think it was more expensive than the phone I currently have, but I didn't buy the last phone, so I have no idea. And so I'm like, what the heck? But like you know how iPhones, they just let you use a phone, even though your phone's like destroyed? That's the same way this phone was. It was just like cracked to oblivion. But I was like, whatever. I literally just bought this phone. I'm gonna keep using it. I used it for like a year and a half, and I was like, whatever, it's fine. Like, the screen is fine, everything works well. It's just cracked, which is dumb in my opinion. Like, if you're gonna be cracked, and not be like really broken, then just have your screen be fine. Because why the heck are you making sure your property value goes lower? But when I was in college, senior year, I accidentally put my phone like face down, and underneath that phone was like, not like a huge puddle, but like a little puddle of water. Mind you, don't know why that would affect my phone. It was water resistant, but I guess because it had the cracks, it absorbed. I guess gravity went backwards that day because it like went up my phone. And I was like, okay. And at first I thought it was fine because at first it didn't do anything to my phone. And I was like, oh, it's okay. But then as the day went on, it literally would like slowly not work. And eventually it just did not turn on. And I was like, this phone sucks. Like, it's so ass. The fact that it cracked and then the water went inside somehow and it destroyed the entire phone. Like, how did you even go up the water? Like, I don't know. It was like it was being absorbed into my phone or something. Because I'm like, how did you even like feel water and then decide, oh yeah, we're just gonna absorb? I'm like, you would be water resistant. So then after that, I had to buy a whole new phone, which is the current phone I have now, and it was also the newest phone. It was like $250. It's not bad. I bought a case because I don't want to make that same mistake again. Now that I know that all these phones are like good, I buy a new case. This is a good phone. It did its job. I think the biggest issues it had was the camera sucked ass, which they all do, but they really sucks ass. And then also, like, once in a while, randomly, it will like turn off and restart, but it won't fully restart because it will be stuck on the loading screen. And unless you actually do something about it, it will be stuck on the loading screen for all day. Because I've done that before where I thought, oh, I just have to let it do what it gotta do. No, it will be stuck on the loading screen all day. Because I did that once, came back home, I went out, and it was still there. And I was like, oh, okay. And I had to look it up how to fix it. Literally one of the ways to fix it is to knock on the glass until it works. And I was like, there's no way that's working. I did it and it worked, and I was like, yeah, this phone's ass. Because what do you mean something's lodged in the back of the phone and you have to knock some sense into it for it to work? So that happened. So I got a new phone because I was thinking about a new phone for like months actually. I didn't know I needed a new phone or just a camera because my camera on this phone sucks ass. And I was like, maybe a camera would be better, but I didn't want to know I didn't want to learn how to use a camera. I didn't want to have to buy an extra camera pack. I don't want to do none of that shit. There was kid cameras online for especially YouTube, but I was like, I don't know, I kind of want a new phone. I don't really want just a camera. So like for several months, I was thinking it, and I was like, I do want one or the other. I just don't know which one, and I couldn't figure it out. And I saw this new phone. I did research on it, and they were like, "Oh, it's a really good phone." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll get it. Fuck it." And I got this phone. I got it actually as a birthday present to myself because I was like, I might as well. It's not like I have anything else going on. I did get presents, so that was good. But yeah, and the rest is history. So that's why my quality of my camera has been like so much better. I got this tripod that you're seeing. Where did I buy this tripod from actually? I bought it from Walmart. I needed a tripod. I was literally using like so many boxes before this. I used to have like 10 different boxes like stacked on top of each other. And then I'll lean it against like a light, like a lamp or something. And then that'll be like my literal tripod. Cause I was just so broke. I wasn't even broke. I was just being cheap as hell. that I just didn't want to buy a tripod. Because at the time I was just starting off YouTube. So I was like, I'm not really sure if I'll even be like needing that shit. And now a year in, I'm like, I need that tripod. I have a longer one that I always had, and I used that never before because the thingy that you connect your phone to was broken. So when I bought this mini tripod, it came with that thingy that I needed, the part that connects your phone to the tripod. And now I can use my big tripod, which I always had. I just couldn't use it because it was, useless. Now I can use both. So I'm really happy about that. It's really good for me. So yeah, I hit that shit up. So I've been pretty happy. It's definitely made me feel like I can record a lot more. I mean, I kind of have to. I bought this phone. I bought this tripod. The tripod was like less than $20. It's like a 3-foot tripod. It comes with its own remote controller for taking pictures. You gotta connect it to your phone. I don't use it, but I could. I just don't. And so I like it. Very, very good. I like it. It's also very useful because the way these apps on my old phone would just be slowing the fuck down, and now that it's on my new phone, they just work so much faster. So I can like contact so many people. I mean, I always could on any phone, but like depending on how old it's been like ass. So this one, I'm like swiping through apps. I'm like texting 20 people at once. I'm like, girl, I have all these social media apps trying to contact people. Cause I'm trying to use that shit for business, not for pleasure. And it's been great. So for the interview I had today, I think I got the job. I definitely thought it was a scam at first, but then they were really being transparent about what's going to be expected of you, what's like going to happen. It was a real interview. So I was like, okay, well then it's not that much. Also, it's not making me pay for anything, which is like the biggest thing. The only thing, if you ever have to pay, it's because you quit the job. But this is crazy because you can work as like 15 hours. You can work however much you want. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it's remote too. Like, I can do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, they just have some requirements like meet with your sales coach once a week. Have like 250 clients per week. Meaning that you gotta at least text them, you gotta at least email them, you gotta at least call them. Because you want to have as many people who can make a sale at once. What's the other two? There's like 2 more. I wrote it on my computer actually. Pull that up. Watch online videos that they have on their website, and then they have like a Monday through Friday team Zoom meeting that's at 11:30. And they said if I can't make it, it's also recorded. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's not bad, So this honestly feels like my old job. But it is commission based, right? So if I don't do a good job, then the money will not roll in. But they were like, you want like 8,000 to 10K, you can literally work as a seller. And I'm like, I'm gonna not do that. I don't like selling. Because I don't think I'm a really good salesperson. Even if I could convince someone to sell someone, I'll have to use it myself for me to be like feeling not guilty. And I just can't do that. But if they want to know more about a program that they already are interested in, I would do that shit. I also just don't like sales. So I don't want to work in a corporation I don't like. Alright, I just turned off my sound. My phone's overheating. I don't know why it does that when I have music on, but I don't want it to kill itself because it does that sometimes. So yeah, I think I'll stream until until 2 hours go by. If my phone will let me. But yeah, that's what I got going on. I think I'm okay with it. I don't know why I'll be not okay. I feel like I've been so busy these last 2 days. Like literally the days I called off work was like so busy. I had so much shit going on. I went to like a professional mixer today, which I thought was more of like networking event for people who are looking for jobs, not like, people in the industry. I mean, it was not that. It was like a get together in like West Town. And it was fun. Like they had free food. I got so much food. They had cake. They had free photo booths. Like they had DJ. I was like, this is not no mixer, but it was great. I love it. On a Friday night too. It was amazing. But yeah, I think I'll talk about this with you guys just because I won't talk about this on my YouTube channel until it's become like a bigger thing. Because even though I want to talk about it, it's like, well, I'm never going to bring it up again. So there's no point in talking about my YouTube channel. But I'm trying to be a model. Trying to be is so funny because I kind of already am. You have not seen me in anything before you ask, but I've been thinking about it for like a while, ever since I got laid off my job in October. Because I'm like, I ain't nothing better to do. You know, I'm kind of in that period where I can just do whatever I want as long as I have the money for it, and I'm okay with that. So I paid for some photo shoot pictures like in November. I got it. I have a website, I have a comp card, I have a resume. So I'm kind of like deep in this shit, and I just been like reaching out to a bunch of people to like get like model like trade for print pictures, which means that you basically do a photo shoot for them. They get experience. They give you photos for free. So it's not exactly a paid opportunity because I'm so new, I need more experience, which is why I link my Instagram in the description of my stuff versus, you know, doing that. Because I don't know, I'm trying to gain more people. I don't really talk about it because I just started. But I did my first photo shoot on Thursday, which let me tell you, I could never have done if I didn't like call off of work. It was at 6:30. But with the way I would have came back from work, have to change, go back out, I was like, no. I'll also be like really tired. So I would never be able to like have the energy to do everything and then feel like I can do this and bring my 100%. Right, so that's why I did that. But at the same time, it's like, it was really fun because I had my first photo shoot and it was in their basement, which sounds crazy, but we were in their house and we went to their basement and the basement was like a haunted house. I was like, this basement was like, someone like fucked it up. Like they destroyed the floor, the ceiling, the walls. But it went well for the person who was taking the pictures design, because that's what they wanted. And they were professional. They had like all these cameras and everything, and they're taking pictures of us in like all black outfits. It was like it was basically like a story being told. It was really nice, and I really enjoyed it. I have another one coming up on Monday, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm so excited. And I have like an audition on Thursday, so I definitely need to quit this job. But obviously once I get like an actual full-time job that I want, I will have to like let people know I'm not free. I was telling people I wasn't free until like 6 p.m. because that is true. With my old job I was not free till 6, and even then I was really tired. But if I work at like an office job that's hybrid or remote, even in person in some cases, it'll be a lot easier for me to be like coming home at like 4 o'clock, changing and going back out. I'll probably still be tired because I always took a nap even after my old tech job, but I would definitely not want to be like working all day on my feet and then being like, okay, now I'm gonna go take pictures for a photo shoot. But yeah, so far I'm doing free ones so I can build a resume. I have a resume. I took a lot of professional pictures. They look really good. I did pay like $6,000, so that was really crazy. But they made me a resume, they made me a comp card, they made me a website, and they applied to agencies for me, which I need to apply to more agencies because they did not reply back to me. But yeah. Anyway, real quick caveat. Here is the picture. I really should just play a song, but I feel like they're gonna copyright the fuck out of me. And here is the shoe. Yeah, it's not that even. I think I should use the space in the back more, but for like a shoe I just did today, it's pretty good. Okay, I have like black paper, but it's actually gonna be really hard to write on black paper because I don't actually, yeah. I will probably write on black paper and then I'll use like a marker to like trace it before I show you guys so that I can actually show you guys, because it's kind of hard to see paper when I just draw it. It's gonna be even worse if I just don't show you guys on, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm trying to put down. I'm a yap while I find a new picture. I'll do 3 for y'all, because that was really easy. What was I talking about? Yeah, but I'm trying to do some modeling stuff. The biggest thing I've been doing is like messaging people on Instagram who are down to do like trade for print pictures, because a lot of people want to pay. They want you to pay for it, which is totally fine. I get that, but I'm not doing that shit. So trade for print is basically just like what I just said. You get pictures, they get experience, they get to grow their profile. You get to show off to different brands that you are actually like marketable, you're good at it, you're like not ass. You basically, you know what I'm saying? It's basically that. And I love to hear it, you know what I'm saying? That's what I really want to see. I'm gonna do this right here. I'm not gonna lie. This is a good picture. It's kind of freaky, but I like it. Ooh, that one's better, but I want to do this one. We want to do this one right here on black paper. You might not even see this at all. I don't think you guys have seen any of my pictures because, yeah, my camera quality Even though it looks great on my phone, YouTube is lowering my quality on purpose. I swear to God. But yeah, so but yeah, I'm just trying to be a model. I think I paid too much to not at least try. Granted, that I need to pay $6,000 to like be a model. Probably not. I'm realizing the more I do it, the more I'm like, that $6,000 was not necessary. But at the same time, I would never have known that I needed to do so much shit without having to pay $6,000. Like, I kind of feel like I have to waste the money in order to get to the point I'm at, which sounds crazy, but like, I would never get a website, never get, all the pictures I have are from the photo shoot that I did, right? And even the idea of doing a photo shoot for like $100 did not seem feasible to me, but then 6K was like, yeah, I'll do it for you, you know what I'm saying? So, and they give you like support and everything. So if you need like extra help, if you want to go to them for like guidance, they will let you like talk to them and everything. So I was like, okay, well, obviously I'm gonna do that, you know what I'm saying? Obviously I have to know more. So yeah, it was worth it for me. It wasn't worth it for a lot of the people, which is fair, because there's other people there and some of them did not pay, which I'm like, that's totally fair. I mean, realistically, you don't need $6,000 to make some pictures. Like this one person that I met at the event, that we were having those pictures being taken, and she was telling me how she didn't pay for it because she didn't think it was like necessary to pay for pictures for like that price point. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, you don't need to pay that much. It's kind of crazy, but at the same time, I was like, well, I did because I just didn't have like a starting point, and I kind of kept lying to people about like how long I've been modeling for or the reasoning. I'd be saying like a year. It's been like a few months. Like, I've been thinking about it for a few months. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do it. But some people were saying years and their whole lives, and I was like, well, I can't say I thought about it yesterday. Like, they're gonna be crazy, which is kind of crazy they did. But anyway, so I keep lying to people when somebody asks me how long you been modeling. I mean, if you ask me for real, I'll say like since October, because it's true. But if you're talking about like how long have you had the idea of modeling, I will lie, because I do not. Especially if you're like an agency, I'm not gonna let you think that I got it yesterday and then you're gonna have to like put a girl who just thought about it yesterday. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I have another photo shoot coming up. They're all free, but it's something to build my credentials, build up my link, my Instagram, do all that fun stuff. So my big plan is to like legit make money off of it and then go from there. Right. People do think I want to go to model. Like, people think I want to go into acting because I want to do modeling. I'm like, no. I keep having to tell people I don't want to do model. I don't want to do acting like at all. Like, I don't want to do it. And people are like, oh, but it's such a good adventure. And I'm like, listen. Let's leave that to people who give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be an actor. I don't want to like memorize lines. It's honestly don't want. I mean, I'll do it for a commercial. Don't get me wrong, but like, don't give me a script and then be like, here's 10 pages you have to memorize. Who do you think I am? Timothy Chalamet? No. Get that shit to someone who wants it. Like, for one, I'm trying to be like, I don't want to do something just because you told me to, unless it gives me a lot of money, then maybe I might just try a little bit harder. I know, I'm trying not to like take opportunities away from people who might actually want it, because sometimes I do that accidentally. I take opportunities away from people because I'm like, I'll do it, I don't want to, but I'll do it because I was like, like, to me, it's always like, I'll do it for fun, while other people are actively trying to like get in a role because it is their dream. And I'm over here like, I think I'll do it just because they told me to, not because I want to. And it's like, girl, there are people who actually want to do this. And I'm like, well, yeah, they always will be. I'm too nice of a person to like, I guess, say no, which kind of fucks over other people. But anyway, so I have a few models. I am always contacting photographers though. How do I find out? I go on Instagram. I go to Facebook. I know, of all places, I didn't get Facebook back. But I go on Facebook because they have like a lot of Facebook groups, because it's still very popular. I know. Where you can contact people who are down to do trade for print, like who already said they're doing it. I mean, I could contact a bunch of people and be like, so you're a Chicago photographer. You do trade for print? You know what I'm saying? I could do that. And I might. I'm not gonna lie to you. I might. I mean, I'm getting to the point where I contact like at least 20 people. And I'm like, I need to contact more people just in case. I'm trying to book up my weekends. I have a venture card. I can go anywhere in the city. But at the same time, it's like, well, I need people to say yes to me. But yeah, I go to Facebook. I message them either to Instagram or to Messenger. And they either reply to me or they don't. But most of the time they'd be like, yeah, we're down. We're just gonna give you location, give you what we're looking for. And the only time they ever asked me for money is when this one guy is trying to like use use a studio. I haven't paid it because I haven't gotten like any information. So I'm just like, okay, well, he's also trying to get like permission to use a studio. So it's like, okay. I also like can't see what I'm drawing because I'm using a fucking pencil on black paper. So I love that for me. But yeah, I just want to be a model because honestly, there's no big dreams for me. There's people who say they want to do it ever since they were a kid. Great, I did not. Like, I don't think I wanted to be a model ever as a kid. I was always a STEM kid, so that is what I grew up being like. I'm like, oh, I'll do something for science. I feel like Senku from Dr. Stone. I'll do it for science. In reality, I just did not care about anything else. So if you guys had like a dream that was in the arts, I was like, oh, that's great. But I don't care, you know? Now I'm just like, I draw. I definitely don't sing. I don't really dance. Oh my god, can't see shit. And I do modeling. Modeling is like more of a side hustle, obviously, because I don't make money off of it right now, which is totally fine. But I'm trying to like learn more. I literally bought like heels, come in like a class to like really learn more modeling. Granted, the class is for acting and modeling, which is kind of annoying, but they also will teach how to voice act, which is kind of interesting. I always think voice acting is so cringe because if you have to see me do it, you're probably gonna be like, this girl, she about to rule TikTok with that voice, and I'm gonna be like, please. I hate being cringe. Just honestly, like, it cringes me out so much to be cringe because then I'll think back about it and I'm like, oh my god, it feels like I have to vomit for real. Like, I've been cringe before because I'm just like, this is like a personality that I can do, but then it's like to be cringe on purpose, like to knowingly know I'm cringing, I'm gonna be cringing after this, and then still do it. It's so different than doing it and then looking back and be like, wow, it wasn't dumb, but it made me like heavily cringe. I know they say to be cringe is to be free, but I was like, nah, it did not free me, bro. I felt like I was trapped in my own mind. I'll do it again though, but that was crazy. That was crazy. But yeah, I mean, it would be kind of fun to voice act. I don't think I have the range for it, but I think a lot of people have a range. You just don't know it. I just will like never try. I also don't care to. If I ever get like a big role in the future, and I'm like literally voice acting, please do not remind me that I said this. I don't want to be reminded that I said I don't care about voice actors because someone's gonna clip it. Someone's gonna send it to like everyone. It's gonna be all over Twitter. I'm gonna be like, guys, it was like 10 years ago. Can we calm down? Like, who thinks to themselves they're gonna be a voice actor at age 1? And then you're gonna find people who never thought that. I said, I did. And it's like, okay, so we're lying. We're not about to guilt trip me. I don't care about this role. But yeah. So I'm doing modeling, or at least trying to. There is this there's this Instagrammer that I forgot her name, like Gabby some shit. I really don't remember. And she basically does like a series. It's not really a series. She did like one video and everything else is about everything else. But she's doing a series where she does like chasing rejection, which is so funny because as a tech nerd, I'm chasing rejection every time I apply for a job. But basically her eyes, she applies for different things. She does different things. She basically, I'm not sure if she's a model. I think she might be a model and an actor, but she applied for different things. So she applied to be a Dutch citizen. I don't know what the heck. I don't know if she's Dutch. She probably is. She applied to be a brand collaborator for a lot of companies. She applied for something else. I honestly forgot, but I thought, wow, that's really cool. I thought like 2 days ago, and I've been like inspired to like do that. Not for my YouTube channel because a lot of it is modeling, and as I said before, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'll talk about it with y'all just because I don't care. Because I mean, I don't have that many viewers here, and also a lot of people here will not even watch my YouTube videos, so I don't think it matters. That's my charger, if you heard that. Anyway, I don't really think it matters that much, but at the same time, I'm like, I think it'd be good because I am already contacting people. I'm contacting people like all week about like different modeling shoots, so it's not like I've been stagnant. Also, it's kind of fun to do it because I know it's not like I'm quitting everything to be a model. Like, no, that's not smart to me, in my opinion. I mean, it's barely smart to quit a job without another job backed up, but I'll do it for this one. I don't care. We're breaking our own rules sometimes, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna come back stronger and better than ever. But essentially, I just what is it? back is itchy. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the girl. Yeah, she's doing like 1,000 rejections by the end of the year. Like different things she's doing, which I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I think I like examples of that because that is really cool. Cause I think I kind of do that. Ever since I've been laid off my tech job, I've been having like a to-do task where I think I told y'all, well, y'all don't watch my shit, but I have a to-do task that I've been kind of doing since I lost my job, where I try to keep busy. So I do a lot of stuff, whether it's watering my plant, whether it's reading my book, whether it's going to the post office to deliver a package, whether it's going to apply for jobs, whether it's like going to a conference, things that will get me to be like, okay, what do I do now? Like making myself to make myself feel good, essentially, right? I don't want to sit down and then forget everything and be like, what did I do? And I feel depressed, right? That's not what I want. And I kind of was depressed a little bit when I ended my job, and then after that I felt better. I think the task definitely helped me feel better because realistically I felt like mentally lifted, because I was like, wow, I'm doing a lot, even if it was reading my book. I'm like, I read my book in 2 days actually, so I need to read my book. But I haven't really done a chase and rejection one, which is funny because applying for jobs is rejection in my opinion. But I definitely want to do that, especially for modeling, because I have been contacting people on Facebook. It's been great, whatever, and it's good to like contact people and let them know like, hey, I'm about that life. But I also want to like collaborate with brands and stuff, because that is literally how you get more brand deals, and you can get paid and you can get to be in work and all that stuff. And it definitely pushed me to like market myself better, because I have Instagram and I always had that Instagram. I just don't use it a lot. I've been kind of forced to, because my friends are like, you should post, and I'm like, okay. But I want to do more with that, and most of it is going to be like for chasing rejection. I mean, I'm going to ask ChatGPT what else I should do, because ChatGPT has shown me to do trade for print. They are like, I mean, Google could tell me that too, but Google's kind of ass these days. But surprise. But anyway, I've been trying to. I haven't done a chase and rejection as like a series. I wouldn't do it online. I feel like I would. I want to, but I feel like I've done like other stuff on here. It should be a short. I think that'd be smart, and I just tag her. I like the idea of chasing rejection. It's a really good idea. The only issue with it is, oh my god, do I not have a color that will make me feel happy? I have white. What the heck? One sec. I'm looking for my colors. My markers are all gone. Alright, I found my white. Granted, this white will be actually kind of shit the moment I put it down on paper, but it will literally have to do. But I don't want to do like a chase and rejection, but for tech, because I mean, I'll put everything on there. Y'all would just happen to only hear about you guys will only happen to hear about the tech stuff, Someone actually posted, like a different person, they like got inspired by the girl's idea, and they actually made what's it called, a Google sheet, where you can put in all the stuff that you applied for, and then talk about like whether or not it worked out, didn't work out, basically like applying for a job, literally. But I was like, oh, okay. So I went to their bio, I downloaded it. So it's currently sitting in my computer waiting to be used. And I'm currently trying my best to not block the light so I can actually draw this. But yeah, that happened. So that's been basically what I saw. I might do a series on it. I might also drop the series like I do every other series, but because it's a new year, I don't want to drop the series per se. I'm not gonna literally code this in because I cannot do that shit. Yeah, but I saw it and I was like, this is good. Not even just for like content reasons, just because I would like to actually chase rejection. I mean, I need to apply to a lot more jobs to chase. I was supposed to apply for jobs today, but I got so busy because I had an interview today at 12. Yeah, I had an interview today at 12. It did not end until like 6 because it was like 2-hour conversation, and then it was onboarding, which took like the remainder. And And after that, I had to go to a whole event, a mixer. And then I went there, and it was 4 hours, which, let me tell you, worth it. But gosh, darn, 4 hours is crazy. And then I came back, and it was like 11 p.m. And then I took a nap, and then I set my alarm, and then the alarm did not go off. And I set another alarm, and then that alarm didn't go off. And I don't know what's going on with my phone right now. New, by the way. And then I came here and started streaming because I knew how to stream. I almost streamed tomorrow because I was like, I'm so late that I honestly was just like, girl, you might as well just give up and do it tomorrow. Legit. But I was like, no. Because I'll probably do it at the same time tomorrow that I told myself today. And let me tell you, I was not gonna be here at 9 p.m. tomorrow. I really wasn't. So I just said, fuck it. I'll just stay here. I mean, obviously, you know, streaming at 3 in the morning is not the grand plan, but I also don't take this seriously. I just put in a time so that the people who want to watch it eventually sees it. But for those of you who want to see it and probably don't get to see it because I don't do it at 9, I'm so sorry. So sorry. Am I getting better? No. No, I'm not. 9 p.m. was originally said because I thought it would be good. Granted, I couldn't push it back. I'm trying to get better though. It's just that today was super busy. And by the time I scheduled it, I didn't realize, oh, the event you're going to is going to be 4 hours. And I was going to stay the entire 4 hours. It's also like an hour away. It's no matter what, I was cooked. But yeah, I was in a package today. So I'm saying I had a 10-hour package today. And it's funny too because I was supposed to be at work today, but I called off, and I would never be able to have done all this stuff, like the interview that took 6 hours, or the events that took 4 hours, or even the UPS, because UPS loves to close at 7. I didn't even know we had UPS and CVS, so when I went there, I was like, oh, thank God, because I'm tired of going to like UIC to give my UPS package to them. I don't mind, but they do be closing at 7. And I'm just like, fuck, you know, I have to package my entire thing. I tape it up. I did not do that at all. I was supposed to do it like this entire week. I was supposed to do the package either this week or last week. And I haven't because I haven't had the time. I mean, the weekends, I don't think UPS is open on weekends. I didn't know CVS had it. The place I usually go to is the UPS at Taylor Street, which is next to UIC, because I'm closest to there. But like they do close on the weekends, I think. So I'm like, okay, I have to wait till Monday, and of course I'm working, so not great for me, I think, but it is what it is. I feel like I fucked this up. You can't see shit. Okay, I'm gonna use markers because I don't know what's going on, but like it's really hard to see anything I drew because sketch on black paper, like I said, is honestly so bad. But yeah. This job, I feel like it's like preventing me from doing a lot of things. And even when I left my tech job, I was able to start so many things that made it feel like it was possible for me to like have a life. This job, I'm just like, guys, I see what no one does full time. It's just not worth it. It's really not. You don't really feel like you're getting in the hours you put in. Like, there is no work-life balance with this job, I feel like. I mean, that's a little dramatic, but that is what I'm going to say anyway, because I don't care. But yeah, using these markers to like make the colors pop, because I'm literally like in the midst of being like, well, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So yeah, reincarnated. I was getting life goes on and on my day. Woke up looking for a broccoli high key. Did y'all hear the video for Bad Bunny for his Super Bowl? I saw it today. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I can't wait to watch it. I actually gotta like listen to some Bad Bunny. I know what his new album sounds like because he might be releasing some stuff, and I might not know what it is. I'm trying to like listen to like the popular songs because that's what they usually play is popular songs. And he might play from his new album that just released, so I need to get on top of that. That should be on my list. But yeah, like Chase the Rejections. I can't really tell you when I'll do it because I haven't even touched it. But I did download the Google Sheet today. And I need to ask ChatGPT what to do. I do know I need to contact brands for collaboration. Because there's like a website that you have to pay for, so I did not do that bullshit. It's called like On Bonito, where you can like contact brands through there. The only problem is they only give you like 20 brands for free. You can apply to any brand on there, but they're gonna be like, you gotta pay, you gotta pay, you gotta pay. And I'm like, who the fuck is paying to email? So I need to like ask ChatGPT how to do that myself, because fuck these websites who think they can get $1 off me in this economy. And I need to have them, I need to do it myself, which won't be hard. I just need like a script, and then I'll just send to like a bunch of companies with like my profile picture and my Instagram. That way they'll actually be able to like see what I'm about, and not just be like, oh, we'll trust a girl who doesn't have any experience. So I'm kind of glad I paid $6K, because the amount of having to like take like pictures yourself and not knowing that they're bad because you didn't go to professional. So yeah, not all the pictures they gave me were good, but like a good chunk of them are good. So yeah, chasing rejection. I just need to ask ChatGPT, look, what will be a good way to chase rejection for like job hunting? And no, it's another one I should do. I'm not going in person. I'm not job hunting in person. No, that's fuck that. But like definitely for modeling, I feel like you gotta chase rejection with that as much as possible. But yeah, I need some like ideas, because I do want to chase rejection, but I also need to like see how that goes. So it'll be really interesting. And I want to go back into making shorts. It sounds crazy to say, because I haven't made shorts in like a literal month and so, but I do want to go back into making them, just because I'm like, okay, well, it was good when I made it, and I know how my angles look better now, so I need to definitely get on top of that, because it was supposed to be like the task I do all day, but then I got a job and then I didn't do anything, so it was like kind of dead. But I can definitely do it if it's like chasing rejections. I mean, obviously, I can't always talk about all the wins I get. I think the way I'm thinking about chasing rejection right now, in terms of like how I want to structure it, is that where's my black? How I'm thinking about chasing rejection is literally like, I'll tell you guys what I'm applying for in terms of like what I'm going to do in terms of chasing rejection, and then I'll say the next day how that's going. And then I'll be like, okay, this is how it's going. So these are the things I'm going to chase. I expect to be rejected from all of these, but I expect to actually get at least one phone call. Or maybe I should expect them all to be rejection. And then the next day, I'll be like, okay, here's more things I'm chasing rejection in. And here's an update on the last thing that I did, you know? I'll let you guys know if anything changes. So they can be more of like that. That way I'm not telling you guys only my wins. It'll be my losses as well. Because when you apply for a job, some jobs immediately tell you you're not getting that shit. Like they don't even wait. They just be like, you're not getting this job. And I'll be like, I bet. But if I like apply for like, let's say 10 modeling agencies and 2 of them said no, then the first day I could be like, oh, here's the thing I'm chasing rejection. Day 1, I got this idea from this person, I am chasing rejection by doing these 5 things. I'm applying for this, doing that, doing this. It's a great experience. It's good for me to like get out of my shell. I expect to have a no, but I'm still trying my best to do this stuff, right? So then I'm telling you all the things I'm going to apply for. And then the next day I'll be like, okay, here are 5 more things I'm chasing rejection for. Now granted, will I be doing it every day for 5? No, I'll probably do like 10 and then split into 5 for each day. And then the next day I'll be like, okay, here's the next thing I'm doing. Here's the rejections I've already gotten. You know, that way it'll be like honesty for one, but like you can see that I'm not trying to give up. And honestly, it works for me because I'm like trying to find a new job too. So like one of the main rejections would be like applying for like 20 jobs, going to career fairs, you know what I'm saying, giving out my resume. So some of these I probably already were doing, because when you work for a tech industry or you work for any industry, you probably are used to getting rejections, or you should be really used to it, because you're not getting that money for anything. Woke up looking for that broccoli. I'm like patting in this makeup or whatever. Still trying to inspire me, Mr. But yeah, that's a good series though. I want to do it for real. This is a Sharpie. This is tuxedo black. This is not a Sharpie. It's a Bink permanent. Yeah, this is what I got going on. I don't know why I made the earring or the ring in their mouth green, but I did. I might change the color. The problem is I wanted it to be black. Oh, I did find my black. It's right here. I'll change it black because I don't know why I made it green, and it actually looks really bad. gonna shade that in to be black instead. And there we go. That was a lot better. Because the green, I was like, I feel like people wouldn't know it as an earring or a ring. They'll think like, oh, it's poop or something. Yeah. Not exactly the same. I think Sketch does better, but I couldn't like sketch it for real. Because it's, as I said, black paper, but the color looks pretty nice. I feel like y'all can never see anything I do, but it's okay. I'm gonna do like one more. It's already 1:45. Damn, I yap forever. Anyway, as you can tell, I live alone. Because who be yapping this much with so much to say? Let's do one more. Since I have another black sheet of paper. But yeah, the 100 rejections, I have to actually like make a list of rejections before I actually make a series out of it. Because I don't want to have to keep finding it. Because as I said before, I'm either really busy and can't do it, or I'm just like forgetful. So I don't want it to be like, oh, do this series and I'm gonna commit, and it's the same thing I did with my task where I don't commit to shit. I was looking at my mail. I don't know why I did that, but they were Handshake, which is a popular but kind of shitty website for job applications. They were like, "Oh, the Naval Service has a event coming up near you," and I was like, "I don't care about a Naval Service." Anyway, my back is itchy. So that's what I have going on. The newest video I'm trying to like edit is going to be about planning holidays for my friends. Not holidays, planning events. The video itself is fine. I just need to edit it so it looks entertaining, because I try my best, but most of the time I was looking for stuff to like actually write down, which is also totally fine. I just need to edit it real quick before I like release it. Obviously, like if I release it the way it is, it's gonna be terrible, but I'm definitely going to like try my best to make it look good. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. I'm gonna do this picture another day. I feel like it'll take me longer to do that picture. But anyway, another video idea I had is I have the thrifting event that I was supposed to go to like forever ago. I'm going tomorrow. It is from 12 to 3. It's in a city. I don't really know how to make a video out of it. It might just be a short, but it won't be a short because I'm not doing that shit. So it's gonna be a video. So I gotta figure a way to like make it popular. You're gonna be popular. So real quick, before I even get on any picture, I'm going to look up like thrifting. Oh my gosh. What's the day? 16th? Okay, bet. Because I saw a book review and I was like, do I do a book review? And no, I don't. So, at least not right now. People are selling clothes on eBay. Yeah, typical. Someone literally just made a thrifting video like 2 days ago. Thrift with me. Oh, I love it. I like the quality, looks good. I'm gonna steal a thumbnail. That's why I'm also taking this video. Anyway, you did that shit. So that's my next video, because I have clothes that I gotta give away still. It's literally from December when I made that wardrobe video. I just haven't done it yet, so I'm doing it now. So many good pictures on here, but I just know with my skill set, it's not smart to do it at the moment, because we will be here for another 3 hours. But yeah, so far I don't have no hobby I'm doing. I think I'm like adding on hobbies, and I need to like write these hobbies down, because now that I realize it, people ask me what my hobbies are, and my mind goes blank, and I'm like, oh, I read. And I'm like, girl, you don't just read. And it's like, yeah, I know, but it's really hard to talk about it without like remember, like I don't remember my shit, is what I'm trying to say. I don't remember that shit at all. So yeah. But we're gonna figure it out, y'all. Together we'll figure this out. But I don't have another video idea after the thrift thing. I know it needs to be another job video. I am thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Because I don't want to do the 1,000 rejection as a video. Because that's not how that's going to work for me. I'm like literally not even looking up pictures anymore. I'm like looking up cultural day at school for Africa, and it's cool as hell, and it's like 53 seconds, so I will tell you guys, but I'll probably copyright it. But it's almost done. That's cool. I think we had cultural day in my high school actually, where people just, we had like yeah, my high school was actually kind of lit sometimes, but we had cultural day where we literally would have different countries be shown to the school. It was pretty fun. We had cultural day. I mean, I think it was kind of the same countries every year, so it wasn't that many. And then we had like career fair, college fair. So we were doing a lot. Actually, I volunteered at the college fair and the career fair. Because at my school, you had to get like 40 credit hours. That was like one of the requirements to graduate. And I got them both filled in completely because I did both of them. 40 hours was not done because I worked at the career fair. It was 40 hours because they decided, yeah, you got 40 hours. You know, you didn't like do 40 hours just because it helped. So yeah. Mini Styles by Cat's Eye. Pandora. But yeah. Oh my god, I'm like can't find a picture. You think I would do this beforehand? No. You thought wrong. I'm doing this late as hell too, so like you definitely thought wrong when you got to do this before. But yeah. Have I done a crown yet? Or did I say I would do a crown? Have I done a crown? Go to the crown picture. I feel like it's gonna look like shit because I have a crown. I would do a flag, but no, I'm not doing that. Alright, let me see. If it's been 2 hours, I'm stopping here because I don't want to go past 2 hours. Because my phone will kill itself and it'll kill me with it. Alright, so I'm gonna start this crown. And then I'm legit going to 2 hours go by. I'm gonna go to bed because it's like 5:27. And I have to do something tomorrow at like 10 in the morning. So I'm being really smart with my time right now. So smart. I'm such a smart person. Whoever thinks otherwise, you're crazy. But we're drawing this picture. It is a crown that looks like it's on fire and it has like stars. I like Pinterest. Pinterest is so cool. I've always used Pinterest since I was in high school. It's such a great website. The AI could get out, but if I'm gonna be sketching, I guess I don't really care. I'm like the worst person to talk about AI with because I'll kind of like hype it up, but I'm also just like, and then I'll hate it. I know people hate AI, and it's so fair. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, it's so fair to hate AI. Like, you should. With the environmental impact that we're fucking up the environment, like we're doing, it's like, come on now. Like what? Like it's not. I mean, the benefits are there. Like, let's not kid ourselves. We have benefits. Granted, not everyone uses them, right? Like the corporations who have it and shit like that, they don't use it right. But let's not act like the benefits aren't there. Of course, when people hate it because people are like seeing artists who are. I've been seeing on Instagram a lot of people are pissed because there's a lot of AI. What's it called? AI cosplayers, where that's exactly what it sounds like. And so real cosplayers are really pissed off because these AI artists are getting like millions of views on TikTok and Instagram. And it's like, these aren't even real people, but the people who actually do these really good cosplay aren't even getting that same number. Like, I don't know how they're doing it, but somehow the AI is getting like millions of views. But yet, when you have like an actual person do the exact same video, they get less. So I think they're just pushing AI at the moment. And a lot of people are pissed who are, in the same realm, because it's like, you're taking away opportunities from us who've been doing this for years because you want to use AI, and AI is getting like a bunch more views over us, which I understand. Like, obviously, like, right, like, I wouldn't want to do something and then you use computer with barely any work, and people who don't know the difference suddenly be like, oh, we love this one, and it's like, no, bro, it's AI. But yet somehow they don't ever see the real people who actually do the same thing in the same manner. Like, I guess some people are really bad at like cosplaying, so you might not like it, but the ones who are like professional cosplayers and you don't even like the video, but you're like, one that's AI, like, hello. I know there's like a lot of people talking about like AI influencers, the people who like don't even have real lives because someone decided, yeah, we're gonna make this an AI influencer. And it's like, huh, what you mean by that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you have an AI influencer? And they get millions of views. I say millions of likes for the cosplayer. I did not mean likes. I mean, probably likes too, but definitely millions of views at the very least. And the AI influencers, they are just getting like so much, not brand deals, but like so much viewers, because people are like, wow, this is really cool, and all that jazz. And it's like, well, it shouldn't be cool. They're not real, Not only are they not real, but they're also like not supposed to be existing. I know Facebook tried to do that when I'm not sure why they did that. When they were like, we're gonna have AI influencers. I'm like, why would you want AI influencers? I don't think the money's gonna go back to you, Also, it was on Instagram, so I'm like, you're really not getting that money back if you think otherwise, But yeah, it's just dumb, because like, you probably have to spend more than you're making to make these AI influencers. Like, the brand deals are not going to be enough to keep that AI running, like, ever. But yeah, people are really pissed. Look at this dark-skinned girl who's AI, and she gets like so many viewership because people don't know that she's AI, which is so fair. I get that. I mean, honestly, it makes sense. But it sucks because it's like, these people were like minority alike, like AI, they're making them black essentially, and you're thinking like, oh, that's fine. But it's like, okay, but they're getting all the praise for their like skin color and the culture that they have, but they're AI. While real people who are these actual skin tone actually do the same content as this person and is getting hate threats. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, in some regards, some people really do know they're AI, because like, you can definitely tell the difference in the way that a lot of the comment sections are, and like, oh, these people, they're capping. They say they know they're AI, but yet the comments they make on these AI versus real people are very telling. So you didn't know this person was AI, but you're somehow giving them praise and being like, I love your skin tone, while giving someone who looks at that real hate for the same thing. So it's like, I don't know if you're really being honest when you tell me you don't know that it's AI. It's one of those things where it's like, they love you because you have the culture, but they don't love you because you are the culture. I think that's the biggest thing that's going on in K-pop. I know, I love a good subject switch. It's the biggest thing that happened in K-pop, because the Golden Globes happened a few days ago. I probably talked about this on Monday, I don't remember. And people were pissed because Sinners didn't win, because Golden won over I Lied to You from Sinners. I like both. Someone was saying on Twitter that it was because Sinners is Golden is more popular, but I was like, that's not how that works. It's not a population contest. If it was, it'd be the people's choice. It would not be the Golden Globes. The Golden Globes, they definitely would win because they are sung a lot more. But I think in terms of like what the story is telling you, I don't think Sinners should have lost. But that's the discourse online. I wouldn't say at the moment, because it's probably dying down because it's been a week. But yeah, and then people kind of talked about how like K-pop took a lot of their inspiration from black culture, like American black culture, because they do a lot of hip hop, which is ironic, because you think if there's gonna be K-pop, it'd be Korean pop music, like mainly. No, it's a lot of hip hop, granted, they probably just had pop for hip hop and pop, which is fair as well. But a lot of their music that they get is literally from black culture in America. So when you have culture vultures in Korea, not the ones that just do it and they make money off of it. That's fine. I don't care. Like, it's not the biggest. Like, we're not gatekeeping over here. But it's the ones that like suddenly want to, whether it's the people or their fans or whatever, who suddenly want to act like their music was based on nothing but their hard work or the people they saw in Korea, and they want to denounce even any sense of like it being from like Black America. It starts to look like, okay, why are you trying so hard to like denounce the heritage that your own music comes from? Because it's not yours. It's not even like made in your country. You guys saw what was happening in the West. You copied it, made it your own. Great, love that. But let's not act like you forgot where your roots came from, right? That's the biggest controversy that's happening at the moment, because people are like saying like, oh, people don't seem to realize that K-pop Demon Hunter, one of the writers who was in the film, she stated that she got a lot of inspiration from Biggie, who was like an American rapper before he died. And it's like, well, she just told y'all she got inspiration from an American black rapper. And y'all are really gonna sit here and say that the whole reason why she did this was because she wanted to do this to her own ambition and nothing else. Of course, a lot of fans are like racist. K-pop fans tend to be like racist for no reason. Like, you literally try to tell, no wonder they have such big colorism issues in that country. Like, K-pop fans are so racist. Like, some of these people don't even be that skin tone for real, and they lighten the fuck up. They lighten up so much. Like, I think Lisa said she's actually darker. Now, is she as dark as she was in that Rockstar cover band? No, I don't think she's that dark. I'll be like, girl, you are not that dark. Like, you did not bleach your skin that dark to the point where you look like you could have been like a light-skinned person. Like, girl, no. Also, you will probably have skin cancer. Like, what the fuck? She definitely darkened her skin a little bit. I believe it. I'm like, girl, your skin is not that dark. Like, you were in Blackpink. Your skin is not dark, okay? You probably a little light-skinned, but you're not that dark. Not even gatekeep. I'm just saying, like, you're not bleaching your skin crazy to a point where you almost look white and you used to have like darker skin. Like, hella darker skin. Like, girl, is there not like a medical side effect going on here? But anyway, that happened. But like, especially when it comes to like imitating the music and stuff, I know, I probably feel like y'all heard about this, but like a while ago, like someone released videos of like some of the Blackpink members on their show audition like years ago, and they were like singing like rap songs. Cause I guess Blackpink does a lot of rap now. I don't listen to them, so I wouldn't know. And one of the songs one of them were singing was like literally what was it, Nicki Minaj, and they say the N-word in it. Like, they say it, like they fully say that. I got another video release of Lisa, I think, or Rose, I don't know, one of the K-pop artists, and they were saying the N-word again, but they censored the word dick. Like, they censored themselves in saying the word dick, but they didn't censor themselves saying the N-word. And of course, the biggest thing that K-pop fans tend to like gravitate to is that, oh, they didn't know anything better. They didn't know that word was bad. Mind you, these people were grown adults who singing a song that was made in America, but somehow don't know the slurs in America, right? It's like, oh, okay. But it's like these type of words are censored on the radio. So how is it possible you can censor the word dick because you know dick is bad? Mind you, an English word. But you can't tell that the N-word is bad, mind you, an English word. And they're singing it in English. So it's not like, oh, they're singing it in Korean and then we're translating it. We're not. I wouldn't even care if it was that. I don't even know how you say the N-word in Korean. But that's not the truth at all. But, a lot of fans, they love to be like, oh, no, they definitely are like, they don't know any better. And it's like, why are y'all babying grown adults? Like, is Google, like, restricted in Korea? Like, what are we doing? Like, why are we acting like these people aren't grown? And why are you defending it? Like, you should be like going after them, not like that. Don't like, go to their DMs. But you should be telling them like, hey, these things are not okay. Instead of babying their favorite artists, like a lot of people love to do, they should be trying to be like, hey, we don't want you to say that again because it's bad. They don't even tell them that. Like, no, they wouldn't know. Like, they were young. They were 25. Like, come on now. They weren't from that country. And it's like, bro, you say the same thing, you're from the country. I don't know. People give K-pop fans a lot passes, but I feel like it's like why a lot of them won't be able to break very well in the American industry. Because yeah, you can go to Europe, I don't give a fuck, but they're not gonna break you as much as we will, in my opinion. That's why they all try to come here as the tour. That's why a lot of like K-pop groups or artists don't break well in a Western audience. Like, yeah, you have a lot of K-pop fans here, and they get like money, so they don't need to break in. But a lot of them are still trying to break into this industry because they know how well they can make it if they do well here. But with how people are looking at them, especially because Cat's Eye, it's kind of K-pop, not really. But they look at how the fans react. They see it, they don't like it. They see how other people who are K-pop fans fully react. They're like, oh, now we should talk about it. Especially when K-pop is introduced into an audience that doesn't watch it, like Golden Globes, for example. Good for them for winning. They're a great film. Do I think they should have won over Sinners? No, definitely not. But I definitely think like there's something to be said if your fans are like defending the idea that like, oh, K-pop isn't made from black artists, and it's like it literally was in the film. Like Zoe literally goes to America and does like underground rap artist battles. Like that's something that black culture literally invented. It's fine that she does it, it's not cultural appropriation. People think that way, but it's dumb to assume that because they're not showing black people that they didn't create it. It's like, okay, but then when they do show it, all of a sudden people want to say something about how no one cares about this kind of stuff, even though all the same people who talk about it parry it, they watch it. So yeah, anyway, I'm done with like the basis of the picture. It's a little ugly, but it's okay. My first crown ever. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. So I'm gonna shut down, you guys. I've been streaming for like 2 hours and 8 minutes, so I've been a yapper for a good second. You know what I'm saying? My phone hasn't died yet, which is great. So let's check our percentage together because I need to know what we're looking at. It is at 11%, so yeah, no, I'm gonna end here because I'm glad it even lasted this long, but anymore, and I would definitely be like having you guys die, and it'll be my fault again. So I'll see you guys on Monday. I'll see you guys whenever I release my new video, probably tomorrow, should be Sunday at the very latest, and we'll go from there, and hopefully the 1,000 rejection shorts actually happen because it does sound really fun. And at the very least, I want to actually do it. So I need to just figure out what's the best way. Do I be really specific? Do I be really broad? Because it's supposed to be only 1,000 rejections. So I feel like if you're applying for a job, you don't apply for like 20 jobs and then write down all 20 jobs. So yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. Come back to you guys, and that'll be my series because I think it's fun. I'll tag the artist. She's obviously it's worth it, right? Okay, and I'll see you guys Monday for another stream, Sunday, Saturday for a YouTube video. Bye!